wanted to catch these before they were all not in flower anymore. This is a hedge between me and my neighbor here. Planted sunflowers in here were po-nugging up, but these are all sunchoke. Oh. Actually, I think we had another flower in here too. Maybe not. These ones are a different flower. Yeah. But look, they look almost alike, eh? That is a sunchoke. That's the other flower. This is a sunchoke. And those are the other ones. And that's a sunchoke beside it. And that's a sunchoke beside it. But you see these leaves are a little bit different. I have to look a couple names up. Thank you, Cliffside Permaculture. You might have a name for me. They are a sunflower that keeps coming up year after year, perennial, like the sunchoke. I have no idea what the root is like, but there's our sunchoke hedge along here. This is an apple tree, but I think all the apple fell off of it this year. We only had a couple, but it's its first year. So I think they were really tiny apples. And there's our sunchoke, and there's our lilac, and there's our corn garden. Really tall. And here's more sunchoke in here. These ones aren't flowering yet. Pretty soon. But I keep pulling out sunchoke out of here. And we dig it in the spring and take a lot of sunchoke out trying to get this garden bed back. And I pull it and pull it. See, there's some here, I pull it. Pull it and chop it around here. There's one I let come for some reason. Some of them I left there. Those are sunflower, but there should be sunchoke in there too, probably. Some sunchoke here, there's a big one here. This one's over my head. So, and I wanted to show you these ones before and after they flower. So, I will put this together a little bit later. I wanted to catch these in flower, and they were almost done. Almost done. You can tell why they're in the sunflower family, eh? But these ones here are pretty much done now. Like the corn, I've been pulling some out, but I left a couple in here. And usually next to the lilac, they do not get that tall. But they are rivaling with the corn. And of course, the corn is getting fed, so the sunchokes are getting fed too. And they're way over my head. But the corn still has a lot on those sunchoke. But those are huge, guys. Sunchoke is a really good chop and drop. It's got a lot of nitrogen in here. Our corn's finally starting to get little ears. That's a nice red one. There's ears here. There's a bigger one here. That one actually feels like it's got something in it. So we're going to get some corn, hopefully. Yay! A popcorn is shorter. So, but I wanted to show you the sunchokes against that back fence there. It hides the fence from the neighbor. You can't really see back and forth, but we cut a path so we can go in there and talk to them. But the sunchoke against that fence are really loving it. Being held up against something. We can still walk back there. There's a path that we pull out. And we should actually kind of see what kind of tumors we got back there. And see, unfed, fed. Around that squash, much taller, much stoutier. They actually have stems. When you feed them, they'll get bigger and push each other out of the way. They'll get big ass stems on them.
Like this?
Yeah, it's huge. It's getting fed right with that squash, man. And these sunchoke are growing in complete shade. They're on the side of my house. there's a big old tree behind me, and they get no sun. The sun's usually behind that tree, and then it comes down. They might get a little bit of evening sun, but all the way back here, they barely get anything. So, I was going to dig some up, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it at the end of Shed Wars. I'm not digging them all up there because we usually dig ours in the spring. That's when they're bigger, but you have to get them quick in the spring. When the ground defrosts, you better have them up. Because they start growing and growing and growing as soon as it gets warm. So, and it don't have to be that warm, just defrosted. So, usually we're, digging down and we can't dig down any further. We'll wait a little bit longer. As soon as it defrosts, we're digging. But I'm going to dig some out for Shed Wars. Not all of them. I usually don't even dig here. But I'm curious to see what sunchokes do in the shade. They can grow over your head, but they do not flower here. So, they never ever have flowered here. They're starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger, but it's not a big deal that they grow here. Here comes Shadow. Okay, I'm going to do one of these sunchoke clips right now. I'm getting poor light here, I'm very sorry. Getting in the evening and very cloudy. This is sunchokes, man. I cut all that back for the rabbits today because I don't want to give them the yellow. I just took all the top of the green. It's not going to freeze tonight, so I'm going to leave it alone for tonight and come back and pick them some more tomorrow. When I cleaned out a whole section back here, there's a little spot in here where I can kind of talk to the neighbor now, and a spot back here where it's covering the fence, but we have a little bit more room back here to move around. Winter's coming, we don't want to be, if we need back here, we need back here. Snow or no snow. So, I wanted to show you that big sunchoke that fell over from the wind, I think. And I'm going to show you, it's not really attached anymore. It's still trying to flower. This growth has been like this because it fell over, and it's grown up towards sun again. Sunflower. They like the sun. And yeah, they will follow the sun, but maybe not all of them. There's another big one here. Oh yeah, where it was attached. Getting in here, get lost. I need to take potatoes in here. Let's see. It fell right over. It might be still in the soil down here, but I didn't realize it. And yeah, it's still attached. So that's what I think that is. That big snip, sunchoke snip. It's huge. Oh, I just hurt my coffee. I think you guys are picking me a flower. You don't go naming me any wildflowers. We already have a lot of wildflowers, guys. But I am going to tickle you with that corn. Okay? It's really not tall. It's going to bend over, never mind. We're going to tickle your dog with that corn. That's what we're doing, guys. I wanted to show you my sunchoke garden. You know what sunchokes are good for? You can break them over, and then they protect things underneath. So there's squash and that in here that need a little bit more ripening time. So what I did was I come through and I knock all the sunchoke over, and that will protect it because the sunchoke will get frosty. Now we are using our chairs, other brush, and that works too, because these are not quite ripened yet. So you can still mark on them. Yeah, see? They still mark they're not ripe yet. So, and I even have, keep forgetting what it is, okra in here, right there, and it's looking pretty pitiful, but it has some flowers on it, so I put that sunchoke over them. It's windy. It's really hard keeping those sheets on them right now. Keep blowing off the tomato. So unless they're weighed down, it's hard. sunchoke, believe me, it works. We're not really losing anything either. If you mend it over, that one's done. If you mend over sunchoke, it's not hurting the root. It's hurting the flower a little bit, but they're just going to come back up, like folding over, and they will grow. I showed you one over here. Way over there. It's still growing. It got broke over in the storm. Right down there. I already showed you. And look, it's still. I might have that in my, I might not have it in, I might have in my sunchoke video coming. But see, they're still growing. They'll still flower. And it's broken right in half. Here, we got a couple of potatoes to dig out, and we're going to mulch this whole garden. That grass is a pain in the butt. I was going to say something else, wasn't I? So we're preparing to keep everything warm. Stuff like this, they're fine in the frost. Some seeds and stuff. But that corn, I'm kind of worried about it, so I decided we're going to put the heat sink all the way around. We did have several buckets in there all summer, but it will really, really help the corn to stay warm. We're going to do sunchokes in a bucket coming shortly. Show you what they look like. They just grew in there by accident. See those roots there, John? Yeah. We got them growing out of our corn too, the really tall ones. I think they're stabilizers, so they don't fall over. So it's a good thing to have roots like that on your corn, even up high. That's awesome, isn't it? Power really good growing. I'm glad these distracted me because I remembered I had parsnip for soup. So I might have to get on the other row here, but I want to look at these flowers. I want more for tea. It tastes good in tea. They don't really have a flavor, but I don't know, it's soothing. My hubby just dug this all out for me, so it's going to be a weed-free garden. So we covered it up with lots of bunny mulch. Like that's, again, what, couple inches of bunny mulch? All on the top of the garden bed. So weeds won't grow in here very easily, but we might put a lot of seed in here already, or when we're moving around sunchokes, we might put sunchoke back in here, because it's all full with sunchoke anyway. You've had, what, 3 of them? 3 sunchoke, we had them inside. We need to finish up that sunchoke video, people. Our sunchokes are still kicking. Look, my caveman there. They're taller than you. We're going to have to get the measuring tape out there, because, okay, you know how I am with names. Homestead Aquarius Robert, that's it. Homestead Aquarius Robert. We're going to measure our sunchokes, and then we're going to tickle a dog in Cape Cod with them, right?
We'll have to put all of ours together.
Yeah, all of our sunchokes together, people. So we're going to measure all of the sunchokes we all have growing in the shed wars, how tall they are. Oh, we should go back here. And we're going to put them together, and we're going to tickle a dog in Cape Cod. You see how tall my corn was? The sunchoke are over that. Maybe we'll have to measure that corn that's still up there. Measure it with John's and his sunchoke. There, Robert. We'll be tickling a dog in Cape Cod. Okay. Here is our sunchokes. Caveman had me there and pulled a couple of them right out of the ground, and they still had all the root attached. We were going to give the tops to the rabbits, but we ended up pulling up some roots. Pretty cool. But that is how they grow, kind of near the top. These ones spread out like a rhizome, and then that would grow a new shoot next year. And that one, and all these tips, will grow a new one away from the parent plant, all directions. So they are really abundant, bountiful So some of them can get very big. We have long ones, and they can get thicker. In the spring, usually we pick them and they're pretty thick. But we wanted to show you some of them that we dug up anyway for our sunchoke video. And there's the tops on them. These ones they're just starting to flower. But we usually pick them up in the spring, but we're giving the top to the rabbit, and we needed to do a sunchoke video of the root part, and perfect timing. So maybe I can finish that video for y'all. So we still got one more over there, but we're going to pull that one out later and give it to the rabbits. So here's the sunchoke roots. Like that? You like your sunchoke? Not my finger. Not my finger. Do you like that sunchoke? Oh, they ate some of the roots off of it. And eating it. Not very hungry. You need more shavings in here. Hey, I get you more shavings. How do you like sunchoke? You like it? I like it like that. Do ya? Yeah?